Are the house prices in Jamaica overinflated? Are people simply overpricing the houses and looking to get rich from it? Let's explore this conversation and examine this line of reasoning.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me. Yeah.
Hello, Wagwan, big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Now, we've done a video on here as to how much it costs to build a house, and we use quotations from reputable companies. We've also recently done a video on how much it costs to actually do the finish of your house. And we now want to explore, with those information that's available, we now want to explore the idea of whether or not the house prices are just overinflated in Jamaica, or if they are justifiably priced using local comparables, as well as the cost for materials and how much it costs to build those houses, as well as the rate at which house prices are increasing in the housing market in Jamaica. We've had several comments that we've seen on videos that highlights the cost of properties in Jamaica, and it is pretty much stating categorically that people believe that they are overinflated, or that suggests people build their property over a period of time and then sell it for more money than it costs to build. Now, we understand that there are many people who want to buy houses in Jamaica. Jamaicans have an affinity to fine luxury and exquisite things. However, these come with a premium. This means, therefore, that people's desired properties and their budgets are clashing, because what they want and what they can actually afford to pay are definitely not always in the same ballpark. It means, therefore, that some people are blaming the vendors, they're blaming the market, they're criticizing the designs of the properties, the realtors, and everything in between. However, the primary problem seems to be what they want to acquire and what their budget can actually afford. See, in Europe or in North America, when you look for a property, the first thing you consider is your budget, and then you use that to see what properties you're going to be searching for. And it should be no different when we come on to looking at Jamaican properties. Unfortunately, for many, the two things aren't coming together. That is, what their budget can afford and what they actually desire. And people then look to find land. However, in a close to city development, there aren't going to be lots of land that have quarter acre that is actually going to be below 6 million. That is just the reality in most highly sought after areas in the country. And this is only possible if you are interested. You can only get it less if you are interested in going into deep rural areas to live. And so for those people who don't want to, this becomes a problem for them. We've said in a recent video that the expectations that people have of Jamaica and the real estate market are pretty much wrong. And it is why many will definitely be priced out of Jamaica if they don't move and own something quickly, because prices aren't going to get lower and they're only progressing in prices rapidly. People will give varying justifications, and we will explore some of them. But let's just first look at what the average house prices are in the UK. So in the UK, it's approximately 9,408 USD per square meter. Okay, in the US, it's approximately 9,900 USD per square meter. And in Canada, it's approximately 10,488 USD per square meter. And these are simply the cost that you are looking at when you are going to be buying a house. So you can do the maths. If you want a house that is 2,500 square feet in either of these places, how much would it actually cost? Okay, that's a lot of money. Now, to evaluate the inflation theory, we examined the average prices of houses in 10 countries across the Caribbean, and the currency being used here are USD. So for the first one, St. Vincent and Dominica Republic, they come in at a tie and theirs are 1,125, and this is square meters. So all the comparisons are looking at square meters. Now in Guyana, it's 2,150. In Trinidad, it's 2,250. In Jamaica, it's 2,300. In Grenada, it's 2,500, and in Belize, it's 3,000. Barbados and Bahamas come in at a tie, and they are 4,750. And the one at the very top of the list is Cayman Islands, and guess what theirs is coming at? The one I just told you, theirs is even almost double that. So theirs come in at 9,000 USD per square meter. So that gives us a little picture of the fact about houses, and we know the materials that are used in building these houses, and of course people have to buy them. They're buying them from the same market space, and so that should tell us how to contend with the value in regards to that. Now on the other side, we know that the Jamaican model most of the time is people start to build and they gradually increase as they're going along to avoid the need for loans and mortgages, so that they build when they have the money. And so for those people who believe that these people who build their houses over time and then sell for a lot of money, they use this as a justification that the prices should not be that much because of that reason. Well, let's talk about that. People building their houses usually take around 10 to 30 years, give or take. So at most, they are probably on average about 20 years old at resale. Well, the median age of houses in the US is 41 years old. UK is 50 years old, and in Canada, it's 39 years old. Yet, look at the prices for those houses when they are being sold. Compare them. That's because property value are constantly increasing, and this is happening globally. For 2025, the average increase in house value in the UK is 1.4%. In the USA, it's 3%, and in Canada, it is 3.5%. Do you know what it is in Jamaica? In Jamaica, it was actually 2.275%. So out of those four countries, Jamaica was second in terms of the lowest amount of increase in the property value in 2025. In spite of these statistics, there will be some people who still believe that the prices in the UK and in the US and maybe even in Canada are justified because of the hospitals, the school districts, the grocery stores and parks and recreational access that is available. However, isn't that part of what the council or property tax and income tax goes to fund? Even if that was being funded by the price of the houses, really and truly, that's a significant premium to pay. On average, the same size house in the UK, the USA, and Canada is over 4 times more expensive, according to these statistics, than it is in Jamaica. And we cannot justify that based on hospitals, school districts, etc. Access to good school districts, groceries, and department store is usually due to population density and wealth margins in the US, and some good urban planning and wealth margins in the UK. In Jamaica, all these are available in city centers and communities. Take Mandeville, for example. There are more than 7 state-funded secondary schools and several primary schools that serves Mandeville and the surrounding population. Mandeville is a town of plazas and shopping centers, making a wide expanse of a city center. There is Megamart, Progressive, Super Plus, to name a few, and we have Quartz, Singer, to name a few chains. Several other supermarkets, appliance stores, furniture stores, hardware specialists, and variety stores can be found across the city. There are 2 hospitals, namely Hargreaves, which is a private hospital, and Mandeville Regional Hospital, which is a public hospital with many positive reviews. Many returning residents raise funds and donate to the hospital in order to create the experience and ambiance that they desire when they need to go to the hospital because they are conscious of the fact that the hospital's allocated budget cannot extend to do all of the things that they desire if it's supposed to look at the primary care of people, buying materials and resources that are needed for their medical attention. Furthermore, some of them do this because they are conscious that they didn't contribute to the country's taxation system in their working life, or their contribution was limited, and therefore their expectations needed to be balanced with some accountability. Now, there is a park in the city center for people to go and have relaxation. There is also a skating park for young people, and some communities also have clubhouses that are accessible on one-off payments or through memberships in some of the highly sought after communities within Mandeville. In spite of the hypothetical videos that we've done on building a house and also on doing the finishing of the house, there are still people who hold the view that they are not changing very easily and readily, that the houses are overpriced. And this is because they just have expectations. They desire luxury, and the size of their budget and the clash that is happening is just something that is not pleasing to them, to say the least. It's important that people in the diaspora, as well as people in Jamaica, recognize that property prices are increasing everywhere, and it is an investment. It is why people are land banking where they can. Properties, even the ones built over a long period, still needs to be maintained at the cost of the owners during its lifetime and their ownership of the property. And therefore, they're going to want to price their property in the way that equates to local comparables, because even though they might have built them previously, they are continuing to maintain those properties as they go through the years. We've done a video on affordable homes in Jamaica that might be a beneficial watch for many people. We will also be producing a series of cost for building alternative construction so that people may consider those options, which meets the International Building Code for earthquake and hurricane prone areas. It would be worth watching the series to be able to give you some ideas of possibilities that you may be able to take up to find homes suitable for you within the budget that you have, with the finishes of luxury and appeal that you also desire. Owning a piece of Jamaica, for those who desire it, it is important, and finding a way to make it possible is absolutely essential. Now, in order to achieve this overarching goal, we need to really unpack our preconceived ideas of property prices in Jamaica and other parts of the world, the unreasonable expectation we project on Jamaica, the housing market, and archaic views we still hold about facilities and accessibility need to be upgraded to match current realities. The bottom line is that real estate costs to build. And so when they are sold as new builds or resale property, their prices will reflect a number of factors, regardless of the countries that we are in. Jamaicans on the island, and especially those in the diaspora, need to acknowledge and recognize the value of what is presented and truly understand how much it costs people to build the luxurious homes that they are selling. It is only then that more people will begin to adjust their desired property preference to meet their budgets, rather than expecting the vendors to sell their properties at a loss simply because they aren't developers, or because the budgets buyers have cannot extend to meet the price point for what they actually desire. When we desire quality in Jamaica, we need to be prepared to pay for it in the same way that you would in the host countries that you are residing in. You cannot have a 25 million budget, have a 40 million desire, and expect builders to meet you at your price point. Instead, see what's available in your price range, negotiate, acquire what you can afford, and over time, improve on it to achieve what you actually desire. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. We've been wanting to treat ourselves to Burger King for a little while, and we just never got around to doing it because of where it's located. So now we decided today that we are. Yeah. So Madam is having her, what are you having? Okay, and she wanted it with onion rings, but they don't have any onion rings. And I'm having the fish sandwich because I cannot do the meal for that one. I wouldn't be able to eat it. So that's it. Yeah, we're just going to get on with eating this before the new year pull in. We've managed to tick it off our list before the new year, so that's good. So I'm going to have that, and I'm going to taste some of her fries. I always like Burger King's fries. It's okay. And now I'm going to eat my sandwich. I've been trying to find ripe banana, but not finding anywhere suitable, and very few out there. And then today, look, stumbled on and got a whole Hana banana. Me already eat some of them off, but the reason I need it is to make some ripe banana fritters. So maybe I can jump onto that now and do that, because I get it just like that. I just stumbled onto it from a friend, and they gave me a hand and a bunch, and gave somebody else a bunch because they had a whole hand. So two of us were there. They gave each of us one and have the rest for themselves. And so I managed to get what I want and couldn't find to buy. Tell me if it's not outrageous. Look at the two goats up on the wall. You know how much grass up on the ground where they can't pick at? But no, them climb up on the wall to eat down the palm tree. I just cannot fathom why they would leave all of the shrubs and the grass on the ground to go up on the wall to eat like that. Maybe somebody can enlighten me as to their feeding practice and behavior, because y'all know so I may not comprehend. Me just can't comprehend. My nice dinner, macaroni and cheese pie with lettuce and fried chicken. Can't wait to tuck in. What are you having for your dinner? Tell us in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. It's always interesting and fascinating to hear the different things that people eat and the benefits they are to our health and to our body and our organ systems. So do let us know in the comment section below.
The Jam family. Where living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam family, the Jam family, yeah. Jam fam, come hang with me. The Jam family. Jam fam, come hang with me. Yeah.
Thank you again for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fam. This one was a tough one, but it's a topic that we need to discuss, and it's a conversation that we need to have. So hopefully you have given some thought to some of the statistics that we've presented and some of the facts that are here that we need to consider when we are exploring property in Jamaica. I want to say bye for now. Do take care, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. What good.